Maybe.
There it goes.
We are live. Hello, it is Wednesday. It took a little bit for us to go live today, so I have to actually go back and see what that looks like if we're just both staring at the screen. Anyway, happy Wednesday. My name is Cindy Rowe with Cindy Rowe Marketing, and I bring you another amazing business. We're going to interview her. Hello, Natty. How are you?
Good afternoon, everyone. Natty de la Torre with DLT Refinish Countertops. Thank you, Cindy, for the invitation. It is an honor for our business to be on your show. I've known you for many years, and it's always nice to be in relations with your show in person as well.
Aw, thank you. Oh, did you see my dog? We were just talking
Yeah.
before we went live that there's either going to be a little one or a dog showing up. So we are both at home today. But yes, Natty, we have known each other for quite some time. It was back in 2018 because I remember that only because I got in a car accident while I was heading to or to visit with you. Um, and then just recently, I had you help us with our kitchen remodel. So I'm excited to have you share with everybody a little bit more about your business. Can you tell the viewers exactly what it is that you do?
Yes. Well, originally, we had started our business in 2016. Uh, we were going to focus a lot on the maintenance and repairs on granite and quartz countertops. That's why our name is DLT Refinish Countertops. We noticed that a lot of the big companies weren't focusing or weren't interested on those type of services, and there was a lot of demand for those that would help us help others take care of their countertops. I used to call it give your kitchen countertops a makeover because that's what we were doing pretty much. We were repairing open seams, fixing chips, hard water stain removal, resealing on the granite, all those type of services. But my husband Francisco has been in the granite countertops for over 20 years. So he had been doing his side jobs throughout the years. And when we started the company in 2016, he started getting a lot more phone calls about custom granite quartz countertops. So we have both of them on hand. We're not leaving the services and repairs. We are, doing both. Right now, there's a high demand on the countertops. So we are doing both. So a lot of people question or call us thinking that we just use their existing countertops and just do either a Paxi quote or a different color quote on their existing countertops, which we don't, unfortunately. But I get it. The name refinish kind of, gets people confused. But that is the reason why it has refinish, because we do maintenance and repairs on existing granite and quartz countertops.
Yep. And you guys have, you had, the reason you had contacted me was you had moved into the area and really wanted to have the kind of business that you had at your other home, and kind of grow out here and expand and just be known for what you do around here. And I will tell you, over the last, I would say, 2 years, that has really happened for you. And I was hoping you could share a little bit about what it was that you did, what's worked well for your business, because we know there's a lot of countertop places out there. So, how do you differentiate yourself? How do you say we're the ones to hire, especially when you're not well known in the community? And I think a lot of business owners will learn something from that.
Yes, what you said is very important because yes, the reason why I reached out to you, it's because I wanted our name, our company name, to be heard, to be, to get to know, because we were freshly in the Belvedere area. We moved here pretty much the same time we opened the business in 2016. but we weren't known in this area. We were more known in the Elgin, Schaumburg, Barrington area, because that's where most of our clientele was. We had done, a few jobs here, like we did Matt Branham's from Boone County Shoppers Kitchen.
Mhm.
I'm sure you already seen that. And we've done, we were doing ads and all of that stuff. But I noticed that Facebook, it's a great tool, like social media tool for our business. That's where you
Mhm.
came in. You were helping me out with social media, and great advices and great times. I learned a lot, from that. Also in 2019, we found a networking group, which is BNI Profit Professionals of Rockford. All that. The members at that chapter have been very, very helpful and a great key to our business success, because we are all about referring each other's business to help each other
Mhm.
grow. And that's what it's worked a lot for us between social media and the networking groups that we joined, being BNI one of the greatest ones or top ones of all. We have other networking groups that we join, like the Rockford Networking of Professional Women. That's another great networking group to join. For that's strictly for female, entrepreneurs. So nothing against men or anything, but we also have those type of things. But yeah, again, I think networking and getting like the one-to-one with other members of networking communities, it's a great chance to grow your business and get your name out there. Exposing your name and your business out there is one of the keys out. So that's why we are honored to be at your show. I know it's gonna be amazing. Of our name.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to have you here. And I see your movement on social media, and I know how active you are with your networking groups, and I feel like some business owners need to kind of be open to that. And whether they're new or they've been around for a while, you get in the right networking group, you have all those different salespeople out there talking about your business for you on your behalf, like you said, referring you business. And I just think it's sometimes is overlooked as a marketing strategy. So
Well,
I
I will
applaud
tell
you.
you one story, short story about how important is who recommends you. I've tried, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, especially on the groups where we see requests of who do you know about, that does this type of service. I had one person ask that question in Stillman Valley, and I put in my company's information. I introduced myself. I said I could help them, but and I messaged them internal, and all of that, like all the steps that anyone will do to reach out to them with the information, but didn't go anywhere. So a few months later, I get a phone call from the same person that I hadn't, made a comment on it, but it was for a different house. She was closing on a house in Byron, and at that time, Gary Riesinger, which was the
Mhm.
home inspector, he had inspected the house, and they wanted countertops, so they gave her my card, which Gary was a BNI a profit professional. So that's how important the connections are. So she heard it from Gary from and recommended us. So they trusted Gary, they trust us with their business. So without even doing the job, she referred a friend. So we did her friend's house before we did hers. And that actually, what I love about networking and connections is that person knows someone you don't know, and that other person
Yeah.
knows someone you don't know, and it gets connected somehow to the one referral that you received. So that's what one of the reasons why I love knowing people, and trying to be helpful with all we can, because that's one of the things that we focus our business and our company is based out of, being as honest as possible, as and help out as much as we can to make their project easier. We make, we work with whatever platform the client feels more comfortable with. If it's a phone call, if it's email, if it's text, there's times where I don't ever speak to a customer. It's all through text messages or messenger
That
and
was
all of
me.
that. Well, I understand the customers have a busy life, they have their own schedule, and we try to be very flexible. Our goal is to install the new countertops within 1 to 2 weeks from the final measurements. There's times where clients are trying to sell a house and they need them done like as soon as possible. We try to accommodate them as much as we can to make it happen so they can get their house in the market. Also, people who have been in the remodeling home for months and they're only waiting for their countertops to have a functional kitchen, and they're tired of eating out and they miss their kitchen cooking and all of that. So that's why we try to take at least time as possible. There's times where we have to work Saturday and Sunday to make it happen, and we're willing to do that as much as we can to keep that 1 to 2 weeks for installation.
Yeah, and you guys, I mean, I'm a good testimony to that. You guys worked really hard and helped us, and the granite that I picked out, oh my goodness, I fell in love with it. And then you're like, well, there might be some bad news. You might need more than they have, but you really worked with me, and I don't know if I would have been able to have that kind of service and trust. And I actually felt like you were fighting for me. Like, she really wants this. What can we do for it? I don't think you would get that from a big box store or a larger, you know, company. Now, I will say I had plenty to choose from. Um, in fact, it was too much, and thankfully, it was just me that went, not Scott with me. But I thought the communication was well, uh, you know, consistent, and you wanted to make sure everything was right, and I was happy with what I picked and the amount that we were going to spend, because none of these projects are cheap, right? And we were doing our whole kitchen, so it made a difference. And you guys really held up and actually went above and beyond what we were hoping for. So um, I on that regard, um, the cool thing that I've also witnessed you guys do is expand and get your own like workshop area, and maybe you can I don't know if I use the right term, but maybe you can talk to the audience a little bit about what steps you had to take, or when you knew it was time to get your own place and your own space.
Well, it's also comes back to the amount of support we're getting from our networking group, all our word of mouth referrals. We we knew that if we wanted to make clients' life easier as well, we needed to have something local. Because
Mhm.
we you went to Elk Grove Village to pick your granite.
Mhm.
So you were able to see tons of different options. Well, coming from Rockford or some areas of Wisconsin, it's kind of a far drive. So we wanted to have something more of a local where we could have the shop here, make things easier too for the 1 to 2 week turnaround. Because we used to be in Gilbert's, but once we are here in Rockford, it makes life easier process as well, because we are fabricating here, and everything is done locally, so we don't sub anything out. We do everything from measurements to installation. uh, Once we started seeing a lot of more people from Rockford area was contacting us for countertops, that's when we thought it was the right moment to move into the Rockford area, which was challenging. As it wasn't easy trying to find the right spot, trying to find everything that we needed to put in there. We found it in, we're located near Alpine and Sandy Hollow in Rockford. So the industrial park area there, that's where our shop is. I think it's a very nice area because it's Alpine. It's very a lot of traffic goes there, and it's worked out perfectly because we have the shop and we have space to put some slabs. So we have maybe about 10 or 11 colors in the shop,
Great.
which we try to bring the most popular calacatas and all that, because about 90% of what we're doing is quartz. And
Yes.
calacata varies a lot because there's all different veinings, colors, and all of that. We also have a lot of towers with samples, like we have MSI Tower, Cambria. It's one of the most important
Mhm.
ones. We have Vico Stone. We also use Matthew, American Granite, and a smaller, other providers. They're all in Oak Grove except Vico Stone. Vico Stone is located in Bensonville, but we also added Caesar Stone, which it gives a lot of variety for customers to look at. Even the samples that we have in the shop are something like it gives them the color, the texture, the
Yeah.
finish, because there are some there's some polish, there are some that are, concrete look kind of thing. So it all varies on what the customer is looking for. We might think everybody is looking for light white, but it's in reality, it's every customer is different. And that's why we focus a lot on what they are looking for, what their needs are. So I try to provide as much as I can to make the project easier without moving from home, by providing links when they can view online and kind of have an idea before they go the drive,
Mhm.
if they want to see the full slab, because that's still an option. If they don't mind the drive, they can go to the warehouses and hand choose which slabs they want to use for their project, because what they see, that's what we're going to cut. We're not going to be surprised by, oh, you saw this lab, we're going to send you another one, because they're able to tag under our name with all our providers and have it delivered to our shop.
Yeah. And that, you take a little chunk of granite or whatever, and you're like, I think I like it. And then you go and you see it live in person, and you're like, no, I don't like that. And it's such a difference, and just to like when it was really that aha moment. I remember I turned the corner and it was like a light was shining on the slab that I saw. I was like, oh, that's it. That is it. And I'm like, please don't be out of my price range. That's what I kept saying. Because it was
No.
so pretty. It was so different than what we were looking at from the little chunks. So that is great that you were able to, find a location, and where you're at is right off of 9039 area, so super convenient for the people that are not right in the Rockford area to find you and get to you. But the opportunity that you have to find a shop that can accommodate what you want, because I mean, even when you guys were looking, because you reached out to me, hey, do you know of anybody or know anything? And now my dog's getting restless. I was petting him for a while, but so hopefully he won't bark. But um, it wasn't like you were just looking for office space. You had to have this big space, to hold all your equipment and these slabs. So, and when I visited, you didn't have the slabs in there. I don't think. Maybe you're starting to get them, but um, it's such a cool thing to witness, right, as you grow. And that's what we want, when you've got the right tribe of people that are, encouraging and pushing you along. When you see them grow and expand and continue to have success, you get excited. So I applaud you on that. You guys have done a great job from the few years that I've known you. And what does the future look like for
Thank
your
you.
business?
Well, I think we are where we want it to be. We're gonna be there. Well, we plan on being there for a while, but at least the next 5 years. But uh, I think we are growing into connecting with builders, connecting with general contractors who subcontract for countertops. Those are the next targets, the next goals that we have. We already have, like, with the current connections that we have, we made more connections with builders and with other great construction related, that has helped us grow even more. It's like working with Vicky, an interior designer. She has great connections as well, and she has introduced us to many great contacts. Professional Women of Rockford also has given us a chance to get to know a lot more people. And one of the things, like that you mentioned, just going a little back on what you said about the small sample versus the big slab, it makes a huge difference. Yes, and that's why we don't really work with small samples anymore. When we started our business in 2016, we were doing it by samples, but it wasn't worth it, because we started talking to our clients, and we understand it's a big expense. What you're gonna commit to do in your house, it's a big expense. You're gonna see it every day. We want
All
you
the
to get
time.
something you feel comfortable with and that you love, because you're right. If you notice the calacatas, or even the one that you picked, the viscount white that you picked, it one piece shows maybe all gray, but the rest of it shows white movement and a lot of stuff. And
Yep.
same thing with Calacara slabs. You'll see a little veining, like a tiny veining going like this. And you might think it's just white with a small vein throughout the whole slab. And then when you get your piece, it's all like a lot of movement. Some of the lines are crossing, and it's just like not what you expected. So we always
Right.
recommend, if at all at all possible, to see it in person, or at least see the full photo of the slab, so it's not a
Mhm.
tiny little line. And I think that's one of the things that has worked a lot for our business. We try to educate our clients, as far as that goes. We also focus a lot on things that might come up in the future. Like, we have clients who have a U shape kitchen or a big L peninsula kitchen, which is going to require rotation of the material. So, if we have material that has a pattern flowing in just one direction, when you rotate the slab, it's going to crash. So those are the things that we view, and talk to our clients and explain what things could be happening, or you know try to avoid. So
Right.
those are things that I think they're helpful for them as well, and make them easier to make a decision.
Yeah. I know Wednesdays are busy days for you with your networking group, so I was excited that you were able to come today. But last Wednesday, I had Hans, the handyman, who just started out his business doing general contract work. So he might be a connection for you too, because I'm sure he's looking for good quality, people to work with as well, or have a connection or a contact should he need to help with countertops and whatnot. Are there any other services that you offer that you haven't mentioned yet, or products, or things that we need to know that you
Well,
do?
we like I mentioned in the beginning, we do maintenance and repairs on existing countertops. We do a lot of reverse osmosis hole for Mr. Goodwater. So anything like related to drilling extra holes, either for reverse osmosis, soap dispenser, or a sprayer. I mean, now these days the faucets come with a sprayer. So, but
Right.
those type of things that we do are mainly the countertops, granite, quartzite, marble, anything related to stone. We don't not work with corian or epoxy coating, none of that stuff, or solid surface. It's strictly stone. And one of the greatest thing about us is that you're working with a business owned and operated company. So you will get me when you make a phone call or a text or a message. I'm handling all customer service, related, and quoting. My husband and his brothers handle the big labor job. I say sometimes I handle the easy job, but it's not as easy as it seems. But my work is to help the customers find what they're looking for without stressing them out. That's my job. And if they have questions, to be available. It doesn't matter if it's past 5 or 6 in the afternoon, to be available to answer their questions so they don't go to bed trying to wonder what's going on. But yes.
Right. What kind of advice would you give to somebody that is new to the area with a business, and they're really not sure which end is up, and you've been there? What would you tell them? What kind of advice would you give them?
I think social media, it's a great key, and visibility is one of the things that we have to focus on. We have to focus on being on people's subconscious mind. Like if we are there and they see us, maybe they don't see us the first time, maybe they don't see us the second, third, or fourth time, but if we're continue to be there, at one point they will certainly recognize us. I know for a fact because I've met people in person that they follow our page and they follow our work, and when they meet you in person, it's it's like, I know you. You're like DLT. But it's like they know me by DLT Refinish Countertops because that's how I have the profile. But Natty is the one person that they ever hardly get to meet in person
Right.
because I'm always behind the call, the phone, behind the messages, emails, and all of that. But when you meet them in person, it's such a pleasure to hear how comfortable they feel talking to someone, and how our goals have been to make the jobs easier, and it's been happening. Customers are happy with the results, and that's what we matter. So visibility, joining networking groups, it's another key. A lot of people, you get to meet so many great people in those networking groups. They become your friends, and they really care for yourself and your business. And
Right.
whenever you need something, you have plenty to choose, for choosing the hand. They will lift you up and help you.
Yeah, I love that. Great advice. We
Thank
are
you.
at the end of the show, which is, it always goes so fast, these 30 minutes. But this is where I like to give the businesses an opportunity to promote themselves however you'd like. So the floor is yours. I'm going to put up your ways to find you, but go ahead and tell everybody all about you.
Thank you. Well, we are on Facebook under DLT Refinish Countertops. We have a profile and we have a page, which is also DLT Refinish Countertops. Page is under a dash. We're also on Instagram under the same name. On Google, you can find us on our website at www.dltrefinish.com. You can call us at 224-465-5675. Again, text, email, messenger, whatever the best platform for you guys is, it's my way. So I do want to thank you, Cindy, for the invite to your show. It's an honor and a pleasure to chat with you again. I'm glad that you are feeling all better. Congrats on your recent wedding,
Thank
and
you.
all of that. We actually just did our 1 year anniversary from doing your kitchen, so I was really close to messaging you about happy anniversary. But thank you for trusting our company to do your countertops. Thank you for referring your friends, and for all the support that we receive from every single one of our clients, past clients, and friends and family. We are blessed to have my husband's brothers in the business, helping us make this business successful. So a huge shout out to them, and my sister-in-law, who also helps out one way or another one. She's the one taking care of my little one when we are at work. So blessings to everyone, and thank you so much for hearing us out. Check us out on Facebook. Send us a message. Let us know what you think about, and follow us, our business anyone looking to do granite or quartz countertops, you can reach out to us. We do free estimates and try to focus on that quick turnaround.
Wonderful. And I can attest to it. So if you need a recommendation or referral, just reach out to me. I can tell you how my experience is. I can show you what I wanted to show you, but I can't because I don't have a way to show. But my beautiful countertops. It's been a pleasure. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for coming on the show today. And guys, we will be back next week with another guest. So make sure you tune in. Thanks, Natty.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye, Cindy. Have a great, blessed day.